Hello, welcome back. Now we delve into safe food handling, which means teaching your employees sanitary habits. Sanitary means, properly washed hands, clean clothes, no source of contamination. Habits meaning has to be a habit, not a sometime thing. Managing, well, not all restaurants, but a lot of restaurants. Um, More upscale one is kind of managing constant nerve-wracking chaos. um, uh, Customers drunk, employees drunk, employees high, customers high. And trying to make sure, try to prevent someone from going to hospital, jail, prison, things like that. Employee practices, which means something they continually practice, how they process the food flow, and food protection from um, problems that can easily occur. Employee health and hygienic practices have a direct impact, have an extreme impact actually, on the safety of food and the spread of microorganisms to other co-workers as well as to your wonderful consumer. This should be everyone, daily before work, get rid of bacteria on the skin and hair. Can't get rid of it on the hair, sorry. Best to remove these harborages of bacteria and their smell, you know, um, combed and, you know, cleaned hair, scalp and face, wear clean clothes, uniforms, and hair restraints. In food establishment, food workers are constantly exposed to pathogenic organisms when they handle raw meat, seafood, poultry, boxes, crates, unclean equipment, untold sources of filth. Scratching clothing, the body, scalp, nose, mouth, touching a sore are wonderful ways that food workers spread microorganisms in food. Wash hands properly before handling food. No person while infected with the disease in a communicable form that can be transmitted by foods, or who is a carrier of organisms that cause disease, or while afflicted with a boil, an infected wound, or an acute respiratory infection, shall work in a food establishment in a capacity in which there is a likelihood of the infection or afflicted person contaminating food or food contact surfaces with pathogenic organism or transmitting disease to other people. Makes sense, right? Can't have issues going on with the employees, which bound to cause problems. Um, Communicable disease is an illness spread from person to person or animal to person. Um, there's I'll talk about that later. Carriers, people who look and feel healthy, can harbor infectious disease agents in or on their bodies. There's a incubation period, which bacteria grows, and then even after the symptoms subside, they're being expelled from the body for up to a couple of weeks later. People can be temporary carriers of disease organisms during the incubation period of that disease and may, therefore, be unaware of their own health status. They don't know the issue exists yet. A carrier may look healthy, yet be infected with Hep A. This is why it's critical that all employees adhere to good hand washing and other personal hygiene habits. So if they have an unknown problem, the risk is less. Reporting responsibly. They need to be trained to report to the person in charge to take appropriate steps to prevent foodborne illness transmission. They must require employees and persons to whom a conditional offer of employment is made to report past and current conditions that might lead to foodborne illness. I'm not really seeing that happen a lot, but sounds like a good idea. Make copies of employee reporting agreement form and have the employee sign it as soon as they are offered the job. Wonderful idea. Report lesions containing pus, open or draining on the hands, wrists, legs, an impermeable finger cup or something to keep it from leaking out, and use single-use gloves. Report any of the foodborne illnesses known as the Big Six: Salmonella typhi, which leads to typhoid fever; non-typhoidal salmonella; Shigella; E. coli, the main culprit being 015787, but not the only one; Hep A, or norovirus, because they can be very easily spread. Report the following high-risk factors: employees suspected of causing or being exposed to a confirmed disease outbreak. If they are living with someone in the same household with one of these diseases or issues, or employee lives in the same household as a person who attends or works in a setting where there is a confirmed outbreak, meaning they likely to be exposed to it. Non-typhoidal salmonella. What's the difference in non-typhoidal salmonella and typhoidal salmonella? Non-typhoidal salmonella is carried by many animals: pigs, chickens. That's a very common thing in hens' ovaries for some reason, but it's typically caused by eating contaminated food of animal origin, such as eggs, meat, poultry, or milk. Raw vegetables may be contaminated if they come into contact with animal feces, which is going to happen if you do this organic farming. Person-to-person transmission is also possible through ingesting feces through airborne methods or physical methods. Norovirus is beyond highly contagious. It can be spread from contact with an infected person, touching on infected surface, or ingesting contaminated food or water. Makes sense, right? Shigella, typically spread from person-to-person contact through the somehow feces being ingested is more common in young children because they're more prone to play with anything they can get their hands on. Salmonella typhi. Nowadays, if it's typhoid fever that's treated properly, ampicillin is usually prescribed in hydrating um, resources. In 403 BC, typhoid fever wiped out a third of Athens, including the leader Pericles, which ended the Golden Greek dominance era. E. coli, usually associated with cows, but it can definitely be other places. Spread by eating contaminated foods such as raw vegetables and fruit. Stuff got there somehow. Unpasteurized dairy products. It's insane, in my opinion, to drink unpasteurized milk, but people do insane things or undercooked meat because it's not reduced to the proper level. Can also be contacted from somehow getting a hold of your or someone else's fecal matter who has been infected, which you never know. Hepatitis A. A lot of it has to be heated to 185 to begin to get rid of it. And since food is not cooked that high, that means the only way to not spread Hep A is to not get it in the food because you're not going to be able to do anything about it once it's there. When employees have problems that could very well lead to foodborne disease outbreak, there's exclusions and restrictions. When the food employee, if the food employee is diagnosed with one of the following issues: Salmonella typhi, Shigella, E. coli, main one being 015787, Hep A norovirus, or non-typhi salmonella. Typhi salmonella is only carried by humans. Non-typhi salmonella is carried by many animals, including humans. Also, should the food employee serving in a highly susceptible population establishment who is experiencing stomach issues, gastrointestinal illness symptoms, or meets high-risk conditions. So when this is going on, the employee has to be excluded from the operation. It's too easy for them to spread it to others. Restrict the infected employee to assign duties away from exposed food and clean utensils. I guess they can go clean the parking lot all day. If the employee has symptoms of a gastrointestinal illness, diarrhea, vomiting, because that's how it becomes airborne, jaundice, lesions, boil, infected wounds, which would be pretty easy to spot, or if employees persistent sneezing, coughing, runny nose that causes discharge from the eyes, nose, mouth. Well, um, I have allergies 24/7, so it's difficult to control allergies and wash your hands, but you have to. I pretty much wash my hands. I don't know how many times a day. Um, Employees shall not engage in duties which bring them in contact with exposed food, including food equipment, utensils, anything that touches food. A employee may be reinstated if person in charge, well, you can remove them uh, with approval of the regulatory authority, or they can provide written medical documentation that they are clear of the infectious agent. Notification of health officer. Permit holder, person in charge, is required to promptly notify the local health department whenever a food employee is diagnosed with any of the 6 illnesses highlighted above. In in the early 1900s, there's this food service worker. Um, she became known as um, Typey Sally, I think that was her name, Typey Sally, because she kept infecting people with salmonella typhi. Like 53 people were traced back to her, and the health department told her can't work a food service anymore. So she went to work somewhere else under a false name, got caught, went to jail. Can't do that. Unwashed hands is, of course, extremely dangerous practice that causes foodborne illness. You have to, as a manager, watch, make sure it's done. Any activity which may contaminate the hands, and there are many, must be followed by a thorough hand washing. It is always best to prepare foods using the least manual contact, and or effectively hand washing what does get touched, or the cooking surfaces, I don't know, spatulas, knives, etc. Um, you can, like handing out donuts, whatever, use tongs, deli tissue, knives, forks, spoons, spatula, or something, other than your hand. When to wash hands? Before starting or engaging in food preparation. When you see them walk into the kitchen, observe if they do this or not. During work, as often as necessary to keep them clean. Me personally, between every process I wash them, I go through, you know, sure doesn't hurt. After touching bare human body parts, then clean hands because it's going to be a harborage for bacteria. When switching between working with raw foods for ready-to-eat foods, that's of course a must. After handling sold equipment and utensils, after handling raw meat, poultry, seafood, produce, after I touch it, first thing I do is go wash my hands. After coughing, sneezing, of course, coughing and sneezing should be done in your elbow, not your hands. Using a handkerchief or tissue. That's allergy sufferers, boy. After smoking, eating, drinking, or chewing gum, tobacco, so I don't know about gums, After using the toilet, after handling the trash, taking the trash out, makes sense, right? After any other activities that may contaminate employees' hands. Um, FDA recommends double hand washing after using the toilet. If you can get them to do it once properly, boy, I'm pretty good to go there. Um, they'd probably quit before before they do it twice. Human waste is the most dangerous source of contamination. Not only human waste, but animal waste, but especially human waste. While public health measures protect the drinking water, hopefully, only the concerned food handler can protect food from becoming contaminated with human waste. Food hands can't be washed, where foods are being processed in some way. It has to be a hand wash sink. Has to have hot water, temperature of at least 100 degrees, soap, and some method of drying it. Cleaning compound, um, disposable towels, or heated hand drying blowjob device, a waste can or disposable towel have to be trash receptacle, hand washing sign, poster icon to be ignored by food handlers at all hand washing laboratories until you get on them about it. Hand washing reminder. Food preparation, utensil washing or mop sinks. Can't wash your hands there. Hand sinks are to be used for hand washing only. Not for washing things off. Employees are more likely to wash their hands when it's easily available to do. And of course has to be monitored and enforced. When you have your fingernails trimmed without rough edges, that reduces the chance of spreading things around. Food employees must thoroughly wash their hands and then expose portions of their arm for at least 20 seconds. The scrubbing must be 15 seconds, but the entire process takes 20 seconds with lots and lots of water and lots of soap. I use vigorous friction just like you would if you were washing your car. Fingers, fingertips, between the fingers, hands, arms for at least 15 seconds. Scratch out the 10. Then thoroughly rinse unclean water. Get rid of what was scrubbed off. Follow it immediately by thoroughly drying somehow. And if you're using towel, use a towel to turn the faucet off and open the door to exit the restroom if required. Gloves. Single-use gloves may be used to avoid bare hand contact with ready food, though. These gloves must be used for one task only. And change them regularly. I keep a bunch of them in my pocket and just do it on a regular basis. Must be discarded, you can't reuse them. Use of gloves does not eliminate the need for hand washing. Still needs to be washed, or procedures listed earlier. Slash resistant or cloth gloves may be used for foods that will be cooked before serving. Before foods have been served, if used with ready-to-eat foods, gloves must have smooth, durable, non-absorbent outer surface. Right? Clothing. You have to ensure that their outer clothing, most places, probably all places now have some kind of dress code, and you have to enforce that of all employees, and they must be clean, doesn't have yesterday's food all over it. To prevent contamination of food, equipment, utensils, limbs, single use, single service articles, refrain from wiping hands on clothing or aprons, remove apron before entering the restroom. And uh, a good friend of mine and I were working at a restaurant in South Austin, and she had this habit. It doesn't matter what she did, she would wipe her hand on her butt, just no matter what. Gene! Sorry. Gene! Sorry. 10 minutes later, Gene, geez. Hair restraints. Cover your hair. You have facial hair. There's masks for that. And keep hair groomed for least risk of there being a problem. Hair restraints, well, keep hair from falling in food, and also discourage employees from touching their hair or scalp. Deter human hair and skin contains abundant staph aureus, among other, could be a lot of other bacteria, but you can count on the staph aureus being there. Jewelry. Food employees must be trained while preparing food. Not supposed to wear fingernail polish, artificial nails, or jewelry. Don't save jewelry for wearing for after work, including medical identification, anything that can fall in food. A plain band style ring is allowed, I'm not sure what brought that on, but acceptance, hair restraints, and jewelry requirements do not apply to certain employees, such as counter staff, who just serve beverage or packaged food, or host staff, waiters, seating. They present a minimal risk of contaminating food, the equipment used on the food, utensils, limbs, or unwrapped single service articles. Uh, Employee eating, drinking, smoking. Employees, you can't let them eat, drink, smoke while engaged in food preparation. It says it includes gum or tobacco, but I'm sure not chewing gum's a good idea, but good grief. Employees may eat or drink only in designated in the dining room or break area. If they have something in the kitchen or prep area, it must be, have a lid on it and a straw. If the container is handled to prevent contamination, employees handle the container in exposed food, clean equipment, utensils, linen, or unwrapped single-service article. Smoking is not supposed to be done within 25 feet of the entrances to the restaurants. Um, Sometimes that varies based on the city. Sometimes it's, well, you go to a hardware store. Um, I think it's 10 feet for a restaurant, 25 feet somewhere. Smoking is permitted in outdoor seating areas of bars, restaurants, which may have an entrance or exit. Thank goodness. Food flow, food production. That to ensure that food establishment provides food that are safe to eat are based on actions set in motion by you and detected deficiencies of food. On receipt, you have to really go over what you're getting, not just assume that it gets there in the proper condition. And abuses during the many stages in food establishment operation. Flow food is the path, of course, that food takes from receiving to serving. Purchasing more of a management thing that has to be from approved sources, vendors, um, making sure they have the appropriate license if necessary, and do not purchase or accept foods in private homes or other regulated facilities. This includes foods from homes of employed. Mom can't bring in this pot of soup from your house and serve it. Food found by the health officer from another food source must be discarded, shouldn't be there to begin with. Inspection services provided by the state, federal agencies are designed to ensure that foods are wholesome and properly labeled. Truth in advertising thing. Foods in hermetically sealed containers must be prepared in a plant which is designed to receive it. Personally, well, they have, you can't just sign off and let them go. You got to really check it out. Really look through it. Determine if, I'll make sure it's what you order from the approved person, delivered at the required temperature, protected from contamination, um, unadulterated, and accurately presented. Routinely monitor the employees and evaluate food upon their arrival. Food employees must be trained, here we go again, to recognize the what to look for on the different foods, what kind of stamps, labels, or meats, poultry, eggs, shellfish, and processed foods, in addition to recognizing and rejecting compromised food. If in doubt, don't take it. Power cues, food establishment, um, can't can't go fishing, hauling it, bring it in, serve it in your restaurant. Inspect incoming shipments, fish, ensure they're in sound condition. Nothing's been, gnawing on them and could be possibly in them. Um, obviously can't be filthy or obviously contaminated. Quickly move foods to proper storage areas. Um, if you got yeah, I'll give you a question. If you receive a shipment which has eggs and frozen products, I don't know, frozen fish, something, which do you store first? It's very common on food manager exams. Most people would say the frozen food gets stored first. Well, you're wrong. No, eggs get stored first. Think about it. The eggs sitting out there, need the frozen foods are going to stay frozen longer than the eggs sitting there, which are there. The eggs have to go first at the fridge. Of course, it can't be done for residents, and sold as commercial food. And it's prohibited to use food in hermetically sealed containers. That was not done in a regulated, inspected factory, and potentially hazardous foods free evidence, previous temperature abuse, like they thaw it out and then they suck it back in the freezer. And, when after you thoroughly inspect it, take it back, Sorry, I ain't trying to corrupt and track that, of course, that you have to look. Potentially hazardous food received at temperatures either too high or too low, thawed or partially thawed frozen foods, dented, bulgy, rusty, leaking cans. That's a wonderful way to get botched food. Mold or slime on food's goodness. Wet or torn packaged food. If it's a dry good, it shouldn't be, wet. Products such as meats, eggs, poultry, shellfish, without the proper tags or stamp. Foods with expired code dates, discolored, soured, off-odor foods, and, if it stinks, that's, a good sign that, something's going on there. Food labels must include the common name of the product, name and address and manufacturer, at least city, list of ingredients in descending order by net weight. There is a lettering requirement, 6-inch or larger, 16, which requires magnifying glass to read, certified colors, identified preservative statement, and the net quantity of the ingredient. Governmental inspection, USDA, is responsible for inspecting all meat and poultry in interstate commerce. Meat that is inspected by the state of Texas can only be sold in the state of Texas. Must be inspected by the USDA to cross over into, Oklahoma. Sell it. Poultry must be inspected by the federal or state agency. Someone, has to and knows how to inspect it, has to inspect it. Fowl are inspected for disease before slaughter, hopefully. Inspected products will have a state or federal seal on them. Milk, fluid milk products used or served must be pasteurized and meet the grade A quality standard. Milk and products derived from milk are susceptible to contamination with a wide variety of disease-causing bacteria such as E. coli, our old friend, 0157, Salmonella, Listeria monocytogenes, and provides rich medium for the growth. Milk products must be received under refrigeration. That's kind of a given. Shellfish may be received at 45 or below during shipment from the supplier, but must be cooled to 41 degrees after it gets there for 4 hours and kept at 41 degrees. Shuck shellfish must be in compliance with the Texan molluscan shellfish rule. Shuck shellfish must be iced down at all times and maintained at 41 degrees or less. Storage. Shellfish must not be commingled with shell stock from another container of different certification numbers. You have to keep the lots separate so if something happens, that can be traced. You know, different harvest dates, different growing areas. Has to be, same top. Lot number. Shellfish should be stored at least 6 inches above the floor. Well, walk-in cooler, walk-in freezer. The lower shelf has to be 6 inches off the floor. Another very common food manager test question. Product identification, food source, fresh and frozen, shucked molluscan shellfish must be packaged in non-returnable packages that bear a legible label identified with the name and address of the original shell stock processor or packer and the certification number issued by law. Packages of less than 1/2 gallon must contain a sell-by date. Packages containing more than 1/2 gallon must contain the date shop. I'm not really familiar with what they're talking about, whether it's a 1/2 gallon or more, but there'll be a sell by or use by date on it. It has to be no longer served. Records, when you get shellfish, you have to retain the tag for 90 days after it's empty, not from when you got it. Keep track tags in chronological order somehow, correlated to the date when, or the dates which, shell stock was sold or served. And information must be made available. You have to have all these records in a presentable form when the health department asks for them. Shellfish sales records must be maintained to identify the source, so if something happens, it can be more easily traced. Intel display. All shellfish must be maintained under mechanical refrigeration. Chuck shellfish may be displayed under drained ice, which is very common. Shell stock should not be, of course, commingled with shell stock from another container that's not in the same lot or labeled information is identical before being ordered by the customer, using only tagged and labeled containers at a time. I'll use one, then open another. Mollusk and shellfish can be removed from the container in which they were received and held in a display container or drained out and of quality specified by the consumer may be removed from the display container if the source of the displayed shellfish is identified in accordance with federal and local laws. Fish that are received for sale or service must be commercially and legally caught or harvested. Keep pay your next door neighbor go fishing for you and serve that fish in your restaurant. Approved for sale or service by the regulatory authority must be frozen on premise or by a supplier intended for consumption in their raw form. Um, uh, Freezing requirements for most fish. A couple of tuna got out of the category somehow. And I was made one time I went to, I was doing on-site training at a sushi place and asked about the freezing. They didn't know anything about it. What are you talking about? Get freeze. On-premise freezing for fish intended for consumption in their raw form, record the freezing temperature, time, and obtain the records for 90 calendar days beyond the time of service of sale fish. Freezing records are not required for fish that will be cooked. So raw. Supplier freezing on-premise freezing temperature. A written statement from the supplier must be provided stipulating that the fish supplied have been frozen. Okay, here's the specifications. -4, 7 days, or -31, or 15 hours, or in a blast freezer, which usually only found in big factories, except mollusks and shellfish, certain tuna, I think bluefin and yellow tuna are the exceptions that I know of. Um, because freezing kills parasites that are likely and probable in fish and may be eaten in raw or in cooked form. Molluscan crayfish by the crustacean shell. After someone orders something in a shell, you can't reuse the shell, makes sense. And this includes received from outside the U.S. Produce is to be obtained from approved sources under the USDA regulation. This includes produce received from outside the U.S. Produce subject to contaminants, of course, very easily. Pesticides, soil, irrigation water containing contaminants, and in contact with human or animals. Well, usually humans harvest the things, watermelon or something. So they're in contact with it. Washing fruits and vegetables is extremely important. Get rid of dirt, bacteria, pests, crap, residual particles, hopefully. Wash fruits and vegetables in cold, lukewarm, um, clean water. When practical, use the scrub brush. Separate the leaves of the vegetables, take it apart leaf by leaf. And the lettuce, for example, will be used in a salad. Spinach, cabbage, rinse individually. Okay, eggs. Raw shell eggs must be received and placed in refrigeration at an air temperature of 45 degrees or less. Use only clean whole eggs with shell intact without cracks or other issues. Substitute pasteurized liquid, frozen, or dry goods, dry egg products, or raw shell eggs in the preparation of uncooked foods, Caesar salad, hollandaise, bat sauce, non-commercial mayonnaise, eggnog, ice cream, and egg fortified beverages. Safe handling instructions for egg meats and poultry. Has to be trained eggs that have not been specifically treated somehow. The destroy or viable phenomenon shall be labeled to include safe handling instructions. Safe handling instructions. Well, think of to prevent illness from bacteria. Keep eggs refrigerated. Cook eggs until yolks are firm. Two eggs are supposed to cook them to 155 degrees. And cook foods containing eggs thoroughly. Meat and poultry that is not in a ready-to-eat form and is in a packaged form when offered for sale shall be labeled to include safe handling instructions, such as below. Safe handling instructions. Product was prepared from inspected or it looks like possessed, a possessed meat, processed meat. All this burger's possessed. And or poultry. uh, some food products contain bacteria that could cause illness if product is mishandled or cooked. Don't do it right. Dummy. For your protection, follow these safe handling instructions. Keep refrigerator frozen, thaw in refrigerator or microwave, for example. Keep raw meat or poultry separate from other foods and from each other. Wash cutting surfaces. Uh, I try to use color-coded cutting boards. It's nice to have color-coded knives to go with them. Red for beef, um, blue for fish, green for vegetables, yellow for poultry. It's also good to have color-coded cleaning equipment, mop room that's used in kitchen, food service, food prep area. Should be separate from the cleaning equipment that you clean the bathroom with. And the broom for outside stays outside. Keep raw meat or poultry separate when cooked thoroughly in the proper temperature. Kept 15 seconds. Keep hot foods hot. Refrigerate leftovers immediately or discard. Protect foods at all times, including while being received, stored, prepared, displayed, served, and transported in each step of the process. Sources of potential contamination include improper temperature, improper storage, preparation of food, or cooking of raw and ready-to-eat food. For hygienic practices, not washing your hands, dirty clothing, um, toxic materials, dust, cross-contamination over spoiled products, distress merchandise. Oh, my merchandise is all distressed. What do I do? Can't have that. Recall products. It's recall products and insect. Okay, recall the product. Insect rodents, unclear equipment. Bare hand contact with ready food. Unnecessary handling, cough, sneeze, overhead drip from refrigerator devices. Um, um, to this condensation drips down. Cross contamination occurs when a food is exposed to a contaminant from another source. Thus, it is transfer of microorganisms from one food to another. Okay, now for people of food or equipment, food, we'll see that touch it. Example: storing raw meat, poultry, above ready food, fruits and vegetables, food handler, food worker training, trash, and then foods with bare head, slicing raw poultry on a cutting board, followed by putting some ready to eat, like salad lettuce on it. Employees have to really be trained in the how to store food in a cooler. Um, you don't just walk in there with an insert and stick it wherever there's a hole open. You have to have ready to eat food on top. Um, Bread, salad, and then below it, um, things that cooking temperature is the lowest, and then on the bottom, where that the cooking temperature is the highest, which means chicken always goes on the bottom. And what is that? Well, if something above it drips into it, which you have to constantly anticipate the fact that happens, cooking the substance at a higher temperature will get it, but like for example, if chicken is on above hamburger meat and it drips in the hamburger meat, it's not going to get cooked to the required temperature 165, known as shelf loading theory. And it's very important this be done. A lot of times you see overhead drip pans for air conditioning equipment that just can't keep from it. Hey, I gotta do it. Contamination occurs when the food is exposed to a contaminant dumped from another source. It is the transfer of, here we go again, those wonderful, fun little microorganisms from one food to another, from people to food, or from equipment that touch it. For example, storing raw meat, poultry, above ready to eat foods. You know what I'm talking about? Chef learning theory has to be embelled in their little minds, including fruits and vegetables, food worker, handling trash, and then food bare, slicing raw poultry. Um, you know, While poultry has to be cooked at the highest temperature, but if you cut up a chicken, then you switch to hamburger. Can you see the problem there? Prevent cross-contamination by washing, rinsing, and sanitizing. All three must be done. Food contact surfaces, utensils, and equipment after each and every use. And it just kind of sits out for a while. Storing food, put it in a container, wrapper. You just don't, leave it sitting out. Clean, sealed, container lid before opening. Dump and whatever's on it can leak its way in. Separating raw meat, poultry, seafood, ready to food. That's an obvious thing that you have to stay on top of. Separating raw animal foods from each other. Except when combining as ingredients, because they have different cooking temperatures. Ready foods pose the highest risk because they're not cooked. Again, if check precautions are not taken, that contamination. These foods are more vulnerable to contamination by bare hand contact, which is used a lot with it, causing foodborne illness. Many foods are edible without any further washing or cooking. Examples include sushi, washed whole or cut fruits and vegetables, deli meats, and fully cooked foods. Food protection during storage. Everything has to be 6 inches off the floor. Except in metal pressurized box that contain, I guess means like, the carbon dioxide, coke and containers that they come in, milk containers. And plastic crates, case food, packaged in can, glass or other waterproof containers can be stored or cleaned for a food container is not exposed. Food, not really sure about that statement. Keep everything 6 inches off the floor when possible. Containers of food may be stored. Dollies, racks, pallets, skids, less than 6 inches off the floor, provided that equipment such as pallet jacks, pallet full of, flour, something, forklift, on the premise, and moving around. Shipping containers for milk, or produce like storage back to shelf or prohibit. Store bulk packaged foods in warehouses 6 inches away from the wall. And, push them up the wall 6 inches off the floor. Do not store food underexposed or unprotected sewer, oh my god, or water lines, under stairwells. People walk on, dirt falls outside of the establishment, in lockers, dressing rooms, makes sense, and toilets, my god. Temperature measuring devices. Food temperature measuring devices used to measure internal temperature, cooked, home, or refrigerated, or partially hazardous food, potentially hazardous food. If scaled in Fahrenheit, it's plus or minus 2. If it's in centigrade plus or minus 1. Small diameter probe, that's, that measures temperatures of thin foods. That's just, meat patties and fish fillet. It's plus or minus 3 Fahrenheit, plus or minus 1.5 Celsius. Measure internal temperatures. Measure all final cooking and reheating temperature by means of a dial or digital pocket metal stem thermometer. Bimetallic is what we all carry around with us in our pocket on our coat. Then you have other options, thermocouple, thermometer, wash, rinse, sanitize, air dry, thermometers, on a regular basis before you use it. After it's used, you can't go sticking in this food, then go sticking in another food. Mm-hmm. Keep it clean between sticking it in. The temperature must be measured in 2 places. The thickest part and the thinnest part, this measure is taken anywhere and kind of eyeball it, find the thickest part, measure it. For how long? 15 seconds. And then do it again and the thinnest part. For how long? 15 seconds. Before recording the temperature in logs provided, record the reading on time and temperature log form. Calibrate valve stem. Thermometer. If it's usually used for measuring cold stuff, I use the ice point method. If it's usually used for measuring hot stuff, the boiling point method. The ice point method should be ice slush, and insert it. I was there 15 seconds, and a lot of thermometers, the ones that I'm familiar with anyway, have a little nut on the back of the dial that you can turn to set it to the right temperature. It should be 32, and if it's in water that's near boiling, to 12. Hot holding, the internal temperature of potentially hazardous food requiring hot holding should be 135 or above. Buffet and hot holding for 4 hours and then tossed. Some say 3, some say 4, but let's go with 4. Output storage facility should not be, or should be conveniently located. Each hot food facility storing potentially hazardous food must be provided with a scale thermometer accurate to plus or minus 2F within Fahrenheit. Frozen storage, keep frozen food frozen 0 degrees F. Freezing does not kill microorganisms, but it keeps them from growing and being active. When thawed, food must be refrozen unless it is fully cooked after that time. Ice, which will be consumed, you can't use it for something else, and then, put it in the cold and crazy, right? Never allow packaged or unpackaged potentially hazardous foods to be stored in water or undrained ice, except whole, raw fruits, vegetables, tofu, may be immersed in ice or cold water, but you can't reuse it somewhere else. Shipping containers, raw fish, chicken received immersed in ice may remain in drained ice during storage while awaiting prep, display, or service or sale. Cold holding, all long-term refrigerated storage units used for holding bulk refrigerated food. Um, has to be something that can keep it 41 degree F or below, and how many thermometers are there is required in walk-in coolers? Two, one right inside the door, one, and the deepest part of the storage facility, and those temperatures log and initial on a regular basis. Slacking, not employees' food. Thousand potentially hazardous food does slack to moderate the temperature, gradually increase it from -10 to 25 in preparation for deep fat frying, or to facilitate even heat penetration during cook. A previously block frozen food should be held at under refrigeration 41 degrees F or 45, depending on exactly what's being stored at, or at any temperature that it's as long as it's frozen. Thawing potentially hazardous foods that must be trained to, monitor, and you monitor them, the temperature. Best way, I know of is plan ahead and put it in the refrigerator overnight, completely submerged under clean running water, temperature 70 F or below, with sufficient velocity to float, loose particles away, and temperature 5%. Must not rise above 45 degrees, which is why you don't leave it on the cabinet overnight, for more than 4 hours, or as part of a conventional cooking process. In a microwave oven, only when food will be transferred to a continuous conventional cooking, or when the entire uninterrupted cooking process takes place in a microwave, or I don't know how that or got in there. Reminder below, don't just, leave it out, stop, because some of it can be in the danger zone when some of the rest of it is still frozen. Food protection during preparation and cooking. All potentially hazardous food, foods, fruits, and vegetables must be cooked to heat all parts to the temperature of 135, except raw animal foods such as meat, fish, poultry, unpasteurized eggs, and foods containing these raw animal foods must be cooked at time and temperature. In the chart, and your handy dandy TFDR. Consumer advisory. Consumer advisory is a public notification informing consumers of the risk of eating raw or undercooked food. You have to make sure they were told that it's required if an animal food such as beef, eggs, fish, poultry, shellfish served or sold raw, undercooked, or without otherwise being processed to eliminate pathogens, either in a ready-to-eat form or as an ingredient in another ready-to-eat form. The advisory consists of 2 parts: a disclosure and a reminder. Disclosure is the part must include a description of food that are raw or undercooked, or identification of the animal-derived food with an asterisk to a footnote that states that the item, if ordered that way, can be served raw or undercooked, or contain raw or undercooked ingredients. And the reminder being is a written statement regarding the health risk of consuming raw or undercooked animal product. And here we go with the asterisks again. Written information regarding the safety of these items is available when someone asks for it. Consuming raw or undercooked meats, poultry, seafood, shellfish, or eggs may increase your risk of a foodborne statement to that effect. Or consuming raw or undercooked meat, poultry, seafood, shellfish, or eggs may increase your risk of foodborne illness. Okay, especially people that have medical issues that could be a problem. The advisory may be placed on the menu, brochure, dedicates, label statement, or table, but needs to be on the menu. Possible sample menu. We have the disclosure, which is what the food are: burger, sushi, oysters, quantity bullet. Reminder at the bottom: burgers and steaks are cooked or including uncooked or raw beef, raw or lightly cooked seafood may increase your risk of foodborne. Barrier contact radiant food. Um, well, definitely not when you're serving a highly susceptible population, such as daycare, nursing homes, hospitals, um, children, mass, have bare hand contact ready. The food procedures in place. Food workers may not contact exposed. Ready to eat food with bare hand and try to use single-use gloves, tongs, forks, deli paper, or other food utensils. The procedure for practicing bare hand contact with ready to eat food involves three steps. Step 1. Documentation is maintained at the food establishment that include employees acknowledge they receive training. They should have a training log and what we've done and their initials and your initials. Risk of contacting specific ready to eat food with a bare hand, proper hand washing method. When to wash your hands, where to wash your hands, keeping your fingernails maintained. Don't go in, looking like Mr. T when you're serving food. Good hygienic practices, which I can't imagine people not doing, but some people seem to fall into that category. And employee health policies, employee illnesses, exclusions, restrictions taken into consideration, and employee signs and acknowledgement of having that training and documentation must be maintained and reminders in the room. The food documentation is maintained at the food establishment. The food employees contacting ready food with their hand and utilize two or more of the following control methods. You this must be explained to them, but my goodness. Double hand washing, nail brushing, a hand sanitizer at the proper hand washing, incentive program to assist or encourage food employees not to work when they're ill. Other control measures as approved by the regulatory agency. I think, don't quote me on this, I think like Starbucks has 3 hours, you get 3 hours of sick leave. My goodness, can't remember. For every, I don't know, 38 hours you work, something like that. And City of Austin just passed that law, so hopefully it'll hold up. Because, some people have to have the money and, go to work sick or not. So, it only makes sense they have some kind of way to avoid pay penalties when they are actually sick. Um, Step number 3, documentation is maintained. That's what you do with documentation. After food establishment that corrective action are taken when something goes wrong above. Documentation has to include a plan to correct the situation. Documentation has to be written well, may be included as part of a hazard monitoring procedures should you have those. These time only rather than time and conjunction with temperature as a public health control. You'll see those signs, um, uh, in pizza places. They put food out there on display. You um, every ingredient on the pizza of that type has so many nitrates, nitriles that archaeologists 1,000 years from now will be digging up boxes of Domino's pizza, still good enough to eat. So, when that's the situation, people don't take, that much care, but they should. 4 hours is the rule, toss it. Once time it is instead of time and temperature, food cannot be placed under temperature control again. In other words, once it's set out there in the danger zone, then it's got to go. The use of time only may apply to ready to eat potentially hazardous food as is displayed or held for service for immediate consumption and food is clearly marked or otherwise mistakenly identified with the time in which it must be cooked, served, or discarded. And the food is served or discarded within 4 hours. Written procedures maintained and made available to regulatory people upon request to ensure compliance. Record logbooks should be kept up to date. Unemployed are properly trained about the procedure. Food establishments serve highly sick population. Can't use time only. That must be maintained in temperature. Protection of food during display service. Potentially hazardous foods must be kept at a certain temperature of 41 or lower. No, 135 higher. During display and service. Except that railroads may be held at service temperature of 135 degrees or 130 degrees. Food on display, food on display. Hey, hey, we're in a play, we're on display. Must be protected from contamination. Don't let them, mess it up. Sneak guards, display case, package, proper deli equipment. Nuts in a shell. Oh, raw fruits and vegetables. They're intended for hulling, peeling, or washing by the consumer, like peanuts. Before consumption, not required to have a protective device because the outer um, shell of a peanut, for example, you can get no one's going to eat it, hopefully. A food dispensing utensil must be made available for each container displayed as a consumer self-service unit, such as buffet or salad bar. Leftover portion, leftover food, customers Plate, good grief. We said that, of course. Packaged non-potentially hazardous foods such as crackers, condiments that are unopened and sound condition may be reserved. Crackers except in a highly susceptible population. Um, I guess what's on the table has to get tossed after they leave. Packaged or unpackaged food on serve cannot be donated and written off your taxes. Ice. Ice for consumers must be dispensed only by employees using scoops, tongs, or an automated ice dispensing machine. Some kid's gonna come along and stick their hand in there for sure if they can. Ice scoops or other food dispensing utensils stored on a clean surface or in the ice food with the handle sticking out, of course. Bulk food display service, bulk unpackaged food displayed and sold from self-service container is authorized under the following provision. Self-service container must be provided with a tight-fitting lid. Makes sense. Security tabs and kept closed except during service or refill. Um, the container's lid and other utensils are constructed of something easy to clean, aluminum, steel, hopefully, kept and clean, get repair. Utensils with handles provided and used for dispensing with it. And a conspicuous sign must be posted in the immediate display area that instructs the customer on how to do it right. If they notice the sign, it would be a miracle. But the sign needs to be there, and it's one of these things you have to watch like a hawk. Raw, unpackaged animal foods must be, man, it's supposed to be, will not be offered for, um, you know, consumer self-service. Duh. Consumer self-service operations should be provided with suitable dispensing utensils. Okay. Protects food from contamination monitoring by the food handlers trained in those safe operations. Reuse tableware. Food employees may not reuse soiled tableware. Duh. Putting single service articles. Duh. To provide the second portion to refill consumers. No. Yeah. You ain't bringing that spoon back over here. Food service, self-service customers may not reuse soiled tableware. Yeah. Card sign, and boy, basically, let's make sure that happens. Letters, cups, and glasses are exempt if refilling is a contamination-free process, such as soda fountain, and basically everywhere. Potentially hazardous food. Improper cooling is one of the biggest sources in one disease outbreak. Rapid cooling after filling, after cooking, is essential for potentially hazardous food, okay? Especially when prepared in large volumes. Cooling potentially hazardous food does not count, but good old Clostridium prevention spores that multiply rapidly when temperature and time is abused, but discourages them from germinating when food reaches the right temperature. And this is something that should be indwelled in your mind by now. Cooling has to be done in less than 6 hours, from 135 to 70 within 2 hours, and 130, um, uh, all the way down to 41 in 6 hours, 135 to 70 in 2, and 70 to 41 in 4. Place foods in shallow pans and sorts with food about 2 inches or less, but it's not thick, it takes forever for the middle to cool. Separate large portions in smaller, thinner. Use ice water baths, serving in 15 minutes. Use blast chillers, pretty much gotta be a factory there. Until some of the water during the cooking. Some foods should then add clean ice as an ingredient at the end to replace the water, which is like a great idea, but got me how to get it. Use containers that facilitate heat transfer. Okay? Aluminum is the best, but stainless steel, which is what inserts made out of, is very adequate. And plastic glass, due to heat transfer, is very poor. Use food grade plastic bags, not trash bags. Dividing foods into bags, surround bag with ice to cool rapidly. Cool out their food. It's here if you are. Well, I think now it's 165. Sometimes it's at the original cooking temperature, but I think now we'll reheat everything to 165. Date marking. Utilize to ensure food safety. Refrigerate potentially hazardous foods kept for extended periods of time is subject to bacterial growth. Best listeria monocytogenes. Date marking is the monitoring tool that operators must utilize to ensure consumption of ready-to-eat food within 4 to 7 days. Anything that's you receive that's say placed in the refrigerator, 7 days is the limit. Food must be date marked based on if it potentially hazard, ready to eat, requires refrigeration. Food is held for more than 24 hours. Prepared on premises or commercially processed and open. On-premise preparation, ready to eat. Mystery hazardous food, kept raw and refrigerated for more than 24 hours and ready to eat. Mystery hazardous food must be marked with the date of preparation, meaning today is day 1. Refrigerate, ready to eat. Mystery hazardous food, prepared and frozen and food establishment must be marked, what's going on, what date this happened, what happened. When the food is thawed to show that food must be consumed within 24 hours, or when the food is placed in the freezer. And date mark to show the refrigeration time for freezing, which is the date of preparation. 7 days in refrigeration's gotta go. Food donation, food previously served to a customer okay, donate screwed up food, hazardous food, donate food must be labeled, the name of the food, okay, source, preparation date, potential hazardous food can be donated if we donate food, you have to do everything right, same as serving it to a customer, required temperature, shelf life. And somewhere else in this lesson, we're going to all the different date markings that you'll find when um, receiving food. Uh, the donor can substantiate that the recipient has the required facility to meet proper storage on meeting temperature of the food, right temperature, food protection during transportation. Transportation food utensils must be kept well and covered containers are completely wrapped and packaged. Food protect during transportation to another facility or catering operation. Food must be kept, standard 41 below or 135 above. And we made it through this. Main thing is, training employees have to be scheduled, That's the big initial training, good training and kind of let them, seep into the operation. Has to be scheduled ongoing training and has to be, of course, continual supervision or it won't happen. Thank you. Take a break and we'll keep going.